Well, here's a question for you. Have you ever heard of an electronic or an electric cigarette? Well, believe it or not, they do exist. Companies overseas and on the internet are selling devices that let smokers get a hit of nicotine without the cigarette. And we are not talking about some nicotine patch. These are actual devices that look and feel like real cigarettes. But get this, there is no tobacco, no dirty smoke or tar. It sounds like they might be able to help a lot of people, right? Casey Stegall with the news live in Los Angeles. So a lot of people have that oral fixation. So are they getting that oral fix out of this?
Yeah, they absolutely are. In fact, we hear of reports people smoking these on planes, in hospitals, places where cigarettes are certainly not allowed. Listen to this. There are more than 47 million smokers in this country, according to the American Heart Association. Many of those people trying to kick the habit, and for years folks have turned to things like those nicotine patches and gum and lozenges, you name it. But now more and more smokers using this. Check it out, a high-tech way to put the pack down. Electric cigarettes have been popular for some time throughout Europe and other parts of the world, but now the trend catching on here at home. The plastic tube looks just like the real thing, although instead of lighting it, it is powered by batteries that you charge, and it contains a liquid form of nicotine that is heated and then vaporized when you puff on it, even simulating smoke.
It's a feel-good product. Every smoker has been bashed for years about how bad it is for them and those around them, and this eliminates that, so it kind of takes that weight off of their shoulders that they've been experiencing by the social stigma surrounding smoking.
This is the first thing I've ever seen that fills in some of those gaps and gives people an opportunity to continue the behavior associated with smoking, not go through nicotine withdrawal, and not do any additional damage to themselves. Because nicotine in and of itself doesn't cause disease.
Some smokers report a high success rate of quitting with the device, even though they are not marketed as a smoking cessation tool, but rather a healthy alternative to smoking tobacco. But there are a few problems. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration warns that these products may not be safe. The FDA declined an on-camera interview, but did release a statement to Fox News this week saying they are not approved to be legally marketed in America, and there are health concerns because you cannot regulate how much nicotine you get. Now, those health concerns have prompted Australia to ban the sale of e-cigarettes in that country, but a handful of companies manufacture them. Most people here in the United States order them online. They cost between $75 and $150.
You know, I got a really smart floor crew here, and they just pointed out a really good observation that the FDA is worried that these things might not be safe as opposed to a cigarette. I mean, really?
Yeah, but they say that when you look at the other smoking cessation tools like the patch and things like that, you get an exact milligram of how much nicotine is in those products. They say there's no way to measure it, but of course, pretty much anything could be better than a cigarette. So
I would think
who really
so.
knows, Julie?
All right, Casey Stegall, thank you very much.